In light of a certain individual who just so happened to pull a chance of 1 out of 7.5 trillion, today I'm talking about, well, I'm only just explaining and representing what those odds actually mean. And yes, please do excuse my horrendous Among Us gaming. I think I was half asleep at the time, so that's cool. Now, like I just previously said, Dream pulled in around 6 speedruns 7.5 trillion to 1 chance of getting the odds that he has got. Now we could put this into simple statistics. We all know that there are around 365 days in a year, which means that if he did 1 speedrun per day forever, it would take on average 20.5 billion years to pull these odds. And that's quite a lot of years. I don't think the average person lives to that long. If I was to live to that long, well, I'll probably see the world go by. Well, in fact, I would see the world go by, because Earth is in fact 4.5 billion years old. And you're telling me he's pulled the odds that's supposed to happen 1 every 20.5 billion years? The Earth has practically lived 5 times of its age already. And you're telling me he's just pulled it right now? This very date. Minecraft came out in 2009. So in the space of 11 years, he pulled these odds instead of 205 billion years. Not even that, we could go further. Bartering came out in February this year. So he's pulled odds in something that hasn't even been out for a year, which on average should take 20.5 billion years to pull. Yes, very interesting. Now we must also factor in the fact that this is Dream we're talking about. We're not talking about anyone else. We're talking about Dream specifically. This just so happened to Dream. It just had to happen to Dream, the most controversial, I would say, speedrunner in the entire community, of course. Now, this didn't happen to any other speedrunner. This just happened to the guy with 14 million subscribers. Wonderful. Now, we must also take into consideration the fact that this man claims that he clears his mod folders all the time, which is his excuse for not being able to show evidence for, well, his mod folders. His speedrun had things which could have been easily tampered with to get the higher odds, yet he somehow deletes it every now and then to keep it tidy. So he's deleted evidence that could have helped him if he was innocent. And if he wasn't, which I don't think he is, he's just deleted the evidence that showed that he wasn't. That's kind of suspicious if you ask me, but every man to himself. So, I know I'm talking about Dream, 1 speedrun a day, 20.5 billion odds, and blah 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 blah. So let's factor in, let's say there's 100 speedrunners a day. Still, we've got odds that your average speedrunner should pull, in total, you should expect to see these odds pulled every 205 million years if 100 people were to speedrun a day. That's quite a lot. That's too much. Let's go to the extreme. Oh, there are 10,000 speedrunners a day. You're still looking at 2 million years per to see these odds being pulled. I don't think people will be speedrunning Minecraft in 2 million years. Now, do correct me if I'm wrong, in 2 million years, and this is dug up by some aliens and all of a sudden they know our language. Are you speedrunning Minecraft? Because I'm sure as hell you're not. Please do tell me if someone else pulls these odds, because I'm interested. Because with 10,000 people speedrunning a day, and it still takes 2 million years on average for these odds to be pulled once by one person, and you're telling me that Dream just so happens to pull these odds 1 to 7.5 trillion. Amazing. Now, if we look and compare these odds to the lottery, there is this thing called the National Lottery, and on average, it's a 1 in 45 million. To be precise, 450574774. 45,057,474 out of 1. Now, let's say 1 out of 7.5 trillion. Let's say we gave someone 7.5 trillion tickets. Now, on average, this person that we've given these loads of tickets to, on average, they should pull 166,454 tickets, which would have been the lottery. That's quite a lot. If you're giving tickets to someone so that they can, on average, pull 166,000 lottery wins, that's going to make them a millionaire, billionaire. And it will, if you assume that each lottery gives about $1 billion US. They have a net worth, well, not even a net worth, they just have the $166 billion. You do realise that Jeff Bezos' net worth is $186 billion. And in the space of these 7.5 trillion, you've nearly just reached his net worth. The richest man in the world. Are you sure? Now let's talk on a topic that some of you might know, some of you might not. It's commonly known, Skyblock. Skyblock has a little interesting thing called Slayers, and Slayers, Sven Slayers, where you kill dogs and you get drops. Now, there's this thing called the Overflux drop, and it's pretty damn rare. You need about 500,000 XP on average to get this drop, and that's how much it usually takes. So, let's assume we've given someone all the hours in the day, all the hours in the year, all the hours in the week. 24 hours a day, they will be grinding Sven 4s, because these give 500 XP per when you kill them. Let's say that it takes about 5 minutes per. We've given them 83.3 hours average per Overflux, which means in 3.4 days they will pull this Overflux drop, and means non-stop 24 hours a day, nothing more in your life than killing wolves and getting Overfluxes. We've got 105 Overfluxes. Now this is very extreme. We've got no one in this world is going to sit 24 hours a day killing dogs for a year. That's ludicrous. So, let's say you spent 30 minutes a day, and say around you killed about 6 Sven 4s a day, because if it takes you 5 minutes, that's about 6 Sven 4s. With those odds alone, on average per year, you're going to pull around 2.16 Overfluxes. And that's not that much, is it? In a year. Come on, Skyblock's been out for, what, a year and a half? There's people who've pulled like 5 Overfluxes, and you're telling me on average it's like 2.16 per year if you do it half an hour a day. That's normal. That's just normal, isn't it? Now, let's use Dream's luck of being able to pull his odds once every 20.5 billion years. Do the maths. On average, the time it takes the average person once to pull the odds that Dream has pulled, all of a sudden, someone else would have 45 billion Overfluxes. 45 billion. In the 20.5 billion years it takes to get these odds once, in 20.5 billion years, someone's got 45 billion Overfluxes. Do you know how much that is? These Overfluxes sell for 30 million each. Do the maths. You've got a man with 1.35 quintillion coins. Quintillion. Not quadrillion, not trillion, quintillion. That's 1,350 quadrillion. 1,350,000 trillion. And in total, we've got coins, too many coins. We have 1350000000000000000 coins. What? This game's been out for a year and a half, and we've only basically just hit billionaires. You're telling me someone's just got 1.35 quintillion coins from something that drops around twice per year? You're telling me someone's got 1.35 quintillion coins from something that isn't really supposed to make you money? You're telling me someone's got 1.35 quintillion coins for something so stupid as doing Slayers only half an hour a day? So if you put it into perspective, you can now realise that how stupid the 75 trillion odds are. Trillion doesn't sound like much, but when you perspect it to 7,500 billion, which is 7.5 million, which is 7.5 trillion, you got too much. Too much of a chance to not pull these odds. These odds are just ludicrous. And, if I haven't made my point, this is not normal. Not normal. This might be normal in another 100 million years, maybe. Even then, that'll be quite abnormal, because it's supposed to happen every 20.5 billion years. So maybe in 10 billion years, we'll oh, it finally happened, woo. But no, Minecraft came out 9 years. No, it came out 11 years ago. Bartering came out this year. And man's pulled the odds of something that's supposed to happen if you speedrun a day in 20.5 billion years. Interesting. Very, very believable. And you can see, even if this is legitimate, even if all these factors just somehow mean that Dream has genuinely pulled these odds, shouldn't this be looked into at least? Something this ridiculous. At least if it's looked into, we can be assured that this is normal. Because it's not normal. If we look into it, and we find out this has genuinely happened, Dream shouldn't just be like, oh, I'm so sorry, it wasn't me, I actually did do this legitimately. He should be bawling, Jesus Christ. He's pulled something, one in a lifetime, literally, one in a billion lifetimes, if you will. This isn't supposed to happen now. This is not supposed to happen in 10 years, not a million years, not 100 million years. It's supposed to happen in 20.5 billion years. You should be throwing a party. You should be drinking champagne with your boys. What are you doing? He'll probably get struck by lightning 10 times in a row in raining weather and then ploughed by a unicorn in the stomach. And you still... That would be more likely than these odds. You could probably get punched in the face by a 3-year-old girl and then shot repeatedly by a dragon with a moustache, and then all of a sudden you're flung into the air by some rhinoceros with 3 horns. That's probably more likely than what Dream's pulled. This is insane. So, if I haven't raised my voice and made it obviously clear that Dream's a bit of a go-getter, he's moving mad. Dream is moving mad. He's pulling the odds like no other. If he is legitimate, 1, how the hell do you do it? 2, may I suggest investing your time into lottery? 3, you need to put like you just need to be in a Guinness World Record, bro. Honestly. But yeah, Dream's just out here pulling these odds, and honestly, I don't believe it because, as I've explained, I wouldn't believe if someone gave me 45 billion overfluxes. So, why should I believe 1 in 7.5 trillion? And if I am wrong, then 1, Jesus Christ? Who are you? Are you a god? Are you Jesus? But, yeah. That's it. I just want to show you just 7.5 trillion. I want to put it in perspective because that is quite a large number. Big number. Real big number. Yeah, that's all. Going a bit off topic here, but yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this little quarrel I had. Just unbelievable. Look, I honestly can't take this, but Dream. This is not real. Just Dream. Just you're running a dead end. That's all. Chow mein, chicken chow mein. Oh, I want some chicken chow mein now. Oh, bloody restaurants are closed.